Next FOMC meeting is here set for tomorrow, and even also the rate cuts already confirmed. So 96% we get definitely here a rate cut of the basics points. And also we see on the Nasdaq that we're getting already in a new all-time high for the Nasdaq. Even Bitcoin is here a little bit more consolidated here to like at a sideways. So definitely we have to talk exactly about these kind of things here. Our Bitcoin trade is here still in profit. I even also want to take here some more adjustment on my Bitcoin position, because tomorrow we will definitely see here some more volatility came in the markets. Also the liquidations, we have to keep one specific eye on it. So this is exactly what we want to talk about in today's video. Let's start first of all with our trade updates. As you can see here right now, we are still here in our Bitcoin position, still in profit. So this position is still running. I have some limit orders set here down below. I will even also keep this limit order still opened, and assume we're getting a small bounce here, maybe in the next couple of days. Maybe also tomorrow on the rate cuts, when we're getting a little bit more volatility in the market. We could potentially even drop here a little bit more down in direction of 114,200 US dollars, break these lows, and then get also my limit orders still filled. This is the reason why I didn't delete the limit orders right now yet. Yesterday I scaled a little bit in my Bitcoin position, so kind of like around here. Later we will go also in the trading view overview, where I will also give you some trade ideas where the next possibility entry also for Bitcoin is sitting here. But we have to keep in mind there will be a lot of volatility came here also in the market, especially tomorrow when we see the rate cuts coming out. So I expect, especially when we're going here on Bitcoin. So as you can see here, we are perfectly on track here. Yesterday we saw a small bounce here to the downside, but respecting also here our resistance or support line to the upside. This is exactly what we want to see also here. So as long we are not building here some resistance in top of us here at 116,900 US dollars, we are still fine. So as long we are respecting here our support line to the upside, nothing needs to be worried. Assume we are breaking this this support line to the downside, then we should be a little bit more concerned. But for now, it's looking still good already. Even also when we pull some indicators here to it, we can see yesterday we saw this bounce here, and for this one, let's go. 1 hourly chart is still fine. So yesterday we saw here a small bounce here to the downside, flip the 50 moving average. First of all, a little bit bearish, but also today we already flip it back into higher levels. So we are building here some small, also like a falling wedge. I can even show you this one here. So we are building here something like a falling wedge here, kind of like here. And as soon we are getting here the breakout of the falling wedge, as it shows like we will get it in the next couple of hours, the top of the falling wedge will be here the price target. So it's a very great idea to get here in a small scalp position, so which gave you from here, from kind of the breakout up to 0.62%. So with standard leverage would be like 60%. A small scalp trade you can enter here right now. So assume we're getting here the breakout. Top of the falling wedge is here the price target. But mainly for swing position, wait until we get here, especially on the 1 hourly chart, one more leg here to the downside in direction of the 50 moving average. So 50 moving average will go a little bit more sideways. Assume we're getting here also some sideways movement, or even also one more leg to the downside. So I can also see something like this one, getting here one more rejection, bounce off the 15 moving average, and then break through our falling wedge with our price target here off the top of the falling wedge would be gave us the direction of 116,600 US dollars. So also a good trade entry over there. So one, if you're breaking here the falling wedge to the upside, or if we're retesting the 50 moving average to the downside. These are two trade scenarios you definitely have to keep an eye on it. And also on the liquidation heat map, we can see also there we have some more liquidity sitting on top of us. So 117,000 US dollars is also a lot of liquidity sitting. So as soon we're getting here in direction of the top and even also take out this high here, there should be also some more continuation to the upside. For the downside, we have also a lot of liquidity sitting down below here at 113,600 US dollars. So as I mentioned in the beginning of the video, there could be also one more leg to the downside, especially when the FOMC meeting is happening. We will definitely see some more volatility came in the market, and then we can also potentially get here one more retest of the, let's go here to the 4-hourly chart, of the 200 moving average or of the 50 moving average here at the 4-hourly chart. So it's kind of like in alignment with the liquidity and also with our resistance line down below here. So there could be one more leg here, something like this one to the 50 moving average, and then we see here this move in direction of higher levels. Even also on the next, or on tomorrow, when the rate cuts will happen, I expect here, mostly when I go here on the 50-minute chart to see it a little bit more clearer for you, more like a small pump in direction of the next highs, and then grab the liquidity all over there, so kind of like here in this range, and then the market makers will shoot the price a little bit more down before we get mainly the reason, or not the reason, mainly the rally started here in the next levels. Because even if we are getting here in our chart pattern, let's switch also the other chart here. As you can see here already, we have here our, let's go here into which chart we have it yesterday. Let's have a quick look on the different charts here. One moment. The charts are loading here. Bitcoin dominance we don't need to talk about, because Bitcoin dominance is rising to the upside. Let's go here back to the 4-hourly chart so you can see it a little better. So where we have it, especially this chart, yeah, perfectly. This chart we have here to talk about, and as you can see, no, that's not chart one. Let's find here the right chart. This one, here we have it. Here we have our inverse head and shoulders sitting, so price target is not reached yet, and even also our price target of our falling triangle here to the downside is at the top of the wedge. So it is here 123,000 US dollars, so kind of like in this range. So we are still on track on our move here to the upside. Even there will be some more volatility came in tomorrow, but we are still here in our uptrend. Even also here we can see Bitcoin is following perfectly our uptrend. So this could be already fine if we see tomorrow a small pullback here to the downside. As soon we are not breaking here 114,000 US dollars, kind of like this range to the downside, we are still fine. So my price target of the inverse head and shoulders pattern is here set around 117,700 US dollars. As soon we're reaching here this first target, I will also take some profits of my trade here. So as soon we are reaching this target, this is my first take profit target. Second take profit target is here the top 122,000 US dollars. So where I will definitely also take some more profits of my trade. If you are not in a Bitcoin position right now, there are two potential entries here. For this one, we can go on the 15-minute chart. By the way, I'm trading all my trades here on Bitunics. They even also have a campaign still running, so you get their deposit bonus and even also take part of the lowest fee here on the exchange. So definitely check this out. Link also there you find in the info box or even also in the chat box. So for Bitcoin, the next trade entry, I'm waiting here for breaking out of our falling wedge here. So as soon we're getting the breakout of the falling wedge and the retest, this is the moment we can enter a new position. And also if we are retesting here the 50 moving average at the lower side of 115,000 US dollars, these are two trade scenarios we definitely have to watch about it. So there's the next trade entries also over there. Nasdaq is still making next all-time highs, so which means we are before opening the US market making here next all-time highs. So there could be a potentially that on the Nasdaq we came one more down. Let's put also the indicators for our Nasdaq chart here. So you could potentially came here one more down, test the 50 moving average here on the Nasdaq, by opening the US market. So see something like getting here a little bit higher before the US market will open. On the US opening, we will retest the 50 moving average and then continuation to the upside, getting here into next all-time highs. Even also gold make a next all-time high, the Nasdaq make the all-time high, the S&P 500 makes the all-time high. Only Bitcoin is lagging behind, and that's the reason why I'm positioned here also on my Bitcoin position. Bought yesterday a little bit more because I even also expect Bitcoin making in the next couple of weeks. Definitely a new all-time high. Also, the altcoins will be ready a little bit more. That's the reason why we also position here in some altcoins. As we can see here, 𝗟𝗓𝗏, we are positioned in TON. These are already in profit. Jupiter is a kind of little bit in a loss, but it's kind of on break even, so still fine. For DOT, it remains the same, and even also a paper position I opened. I will update you in my Telegram channel about all these positions, but in today's videos, we want to mainly focus here on Bitcoin and also on Ethereum, because also our Ethereum trade is here still in profit. But one thing on Ethereum is here exactly this resistance line what we're having sitting right now. As soon we're breaking this resistance line to the upside, this is the moment where you should definitely enter a next Ethereum position. I'm here kind of like a little bit in profit right now, so like $20 in profit. It's okay. We took some profits here all the way up, so as soon we're getting here next to our entry zone, or if we are retesting here the resistance line to the upside, so kind of like here. So soon we're getting here this retest and also the bounce, and then we can also scale here in our position, because my main target is here then the top of the resistance line at around 4,700 US dollars. And by having the retest right now, let's go here to the 4-hourly chart. You can clearly see what I mentioned with our retest right now, and why I'm not that bearish about Ethereum, that we're seeing here this retest right now. So there could be a potential that we are getting here one more leg here, a little bit more to the downside, came in our triangle inside, because we broke a little bit too early to the upside. We almost reached our trade target here to the dollar exactly, so kind of we can already delete also our trade target here. But as soon we're getting here now a little bit more resistance, that would be a perfect retest, and by the perfect retest we could also see here the next move here on Ethereum by breaking out, retest, and then also here in direction of 4,000 US dollars, where my main target is sitting here. We will talk about also later on TradingView a little bit on Ethereum to give you here the next trade entry. We will go here on the 50-minute chart, and now you can see here as soon we're breaking here our resistance line to the upside, this is the moment where you could definitely enter here a new position. Even as soon we're getting the flip of the 50 moving average, would be kind of the same area where we can also enter here. So in around, what is it? We can also have a look on 50-minute chart. We have here clear resistance. So we're also forming here a perfect triangle. So we have here higher lows. Find here our support down below here, even also here higher lows, even also next higher lows. So as soon we continue this trend here on the 50-minute chart and we're breaking this resistance line to the upside, price target would be here around, if we take this breakout here, price target would be around 4,600 US dollars, which means also we came back in our trading range here. So as you can see here, we have formed yesterday this trading range here, broke to the downside, especially by the drop of the Bitcoin, and now having here our trading range here right now. So soon we're getting here the perfect breakout on around $4,530. You can get here also in the next Ethereum position. It would give you a quick scalp position of kind of like 1.5% to the upside, which means 15% on 10x leverage. Would be also a great trade entry over there. I'm still in my Ethereum position right now, so for me it doesn't make sense to re-enter. But if you're not in a position right now, that's the moment where you should definitely enter here in the next position. And by the way, Bitfinex have also a next campaign running, so even there you get 20% deposit bonus. So you can, if you deposit $100, you get $20 on top for your trading bonus. If you deposit $1,000, you get $200 $100 US dollars on trading bonus. And for these trading bonus, you can just use it here, especially if you're for this trade here on Ethereum or even also on Bitcoin. So here on Bitcoin, our trade is here also doing still really well. If you are not in a Bitcoin position right now, wait also here for the break of the resistance line, and then can trade this all the way up here in the next target zone here at 117,800 US dollars, or even in the higher price target of 123,000 US dollars. So they have some more trade entries also here for our next trades here. My favorite one would be definitely Ethereum. That's the reason also why the altcoins are doing a little bit more sideways move here right now. As soon Ethereum will rally here a little bit more to the upside, expect also that many altcoins will also go here in direction of the next highs. So this is definitely what we have to keep here an eye on it. So as soon Ethereum will breaking out, also the altcoins will follow. Explain your strategy with increase the leverage. Yes, Elias, I can exactly go to this question. So my strategy is working kind of like very simple, to be honest. So as soon we're getting here in a trade, we can also talk especially about the Ethereum trade here right now, but I'm here still in profit. Let's go here to my ton position, because here on ton, I also opened here a small ton position. So here we got a perfect bounce here on the bottom. So we got here a perfect double bottom pattern. So we are kind of on the way to break out also on this pattern here right now. Price target would be here around the perfect breakout here, kind of like $3.20. So which gave us from our trade entry, we entered a little bit earlier. If you put it like a normal trade setup, it would be like a 1.3%, 14%, yeah, kind of on 10x leverage. I entered this trade because we was here already flipping the 50 moving average to the upside. That's the reason why I entered here in the ton position. Trade target for my ton position is here way higher. So even if you can, we can zoom a little bit out. I posted yesterday exactly this trade setup also in our Telegram channel. So if you're not part of the Telegram channel right now yet, this is the moment you should definitely go also in the video description and get also here in our Telegram channel. I will update you there with all our trades. Why I entered the trade here on ton is exactly here this resistance line what we're facing here right now, and as soon we're breaking this resistance line to the upside, price target would be here around the top at $3.70. So let me explain also my strategy. By the way, you'll find on my channel a huge deep tutorial, especially about the strategy, where I explain in depth and step by step how to use it. But mainly I can also talk a little bit more about the strategy now. So as soon we're getting here in profit, I will move my stop loss to break even. So I will not lose here any money on this trade. Then next thing, very important, before you enter the trade, make sure to be in an isolated mode, because this strategy is only working by using the isolated margin mode. Then enter the trade. Mostly I use low leverage, so between 5 to 10x leverage you can use it for the trade. And then afterwards, when the trade is here in profit, you can put your stop loss directly in profit. Then go here to the leverage, increase the leverage. You can increase the leverage up to 50x. On Bitcoin, even also higher, up to 125x, depends on the currency. And as soon you adjust the leverage to the upside, I will not do it right now because we are kind of like 3% here in profit. So by a small pullback, we will be stopped out directly, and this is not what I want to do exactly right now. But if you scale up the leverage right now, you are able to reduce your margin. So you have two options: increase the margin and reduce the margin. And as soon you're setting the leverage higher, you are able to reduce your completely margin out of the trade. So you can move here. I open a small position with $15 here only, so I will be able to reduce also the whole margin of this trade, and then I can just let this trade run. I can show you an exact example about my XRP trade here right now. So even also here on XRP, we that's exactly the same. We entered right now there, trade is all the move to the upside. Now here kind of like a little bit on break even on the trade, so kind of like a little bit in profit. As you can see here, stop loss is already set. I can make here in the worst case $1.30. In the best case, I can make here $100. I have a $380 position size, doing here with the 100x leverage position. Before I open the trade, just this 5x leverage, pull the leverage on top, and then reduce the margin. As you can see here, I'm using just $3 of margin by having a position size of $380. So even also here, I cannot lose here any money, but with a low margin, I can make here a lot of money by holding this trade here in the next rally to the upside. And this margin I reduced here, I can use for many other trades. That's the reason why I opened, especially yesterday, on this small bounce to the downside, a lot of more altcoin position. As you can see here, I just throw a little bit of margin, only like 10 to 12, 10 to 15 or $20 here in the margin. And later I will reduce the margin and scale up the position even also higher. So I start with low position size, and by one more pullback, or if we see the rally starting, I will increase these position way higher. For example, here also on Bitcoin, we do exactly the same. Here on Bitcoin, we have just using $10 of margin, but a position size of $2,000. So even also here, we are kind of very profitable on this trade. We can also make here $300 by just using $10 of margin, and this is exactly how my strategy is working. If you're curious about how to use the strategy, just go in the video description. There you'll find a link directly also to my strategy video. Just try it out. Even also here on Bitunix, you can claim your deposit bonus. You can try it out with, like I called, free money with a trading bonus. So just make definitely use of it. Try out the strategy, how the strategy is working perfectly exactly for accounts you have like small amount of monies and you want to build this position a little bit more higher in the next rally. This is exactly how the strategy is working. If you like the strategy, just like also the video, even also subscribe to the channel, that you never miss out when I'm posting a lot of other content here. Every day I'm doing live content here on YouTube, or even also live update videos here. So you will definitely get here some more information about the crypto market and even also some trade entries. And this is exactly what I want to deliver you here on the channel. We also have a Telegram group running, so definitely also make use of being part of the Telegram channel. I also posted there yesterday a next coin I was buying here. I think it's also kind of in the profit right now. So we talked in the beginning of the video about 𝗏. So kind of a little bit in profit here right now. So 𝗏. So if you are not part of the group right now, just make use of it and even also position yourself in the next altcoins here. So what I'm expecting here for Bitcoin in the next following days here, or next couple of days here, or next couple of hours here for Bitcoin, as soon we're able to break here out of our resistance line here in the direction, as you can see here, we have the perfect falling wedge sitting. Target of the falling wedge is here still the upper side, and assume we're getting here the break of the last high over there, $116,700. I expect also here a little bit more rally into higher levels, which means also when Bitcoin is here moving to the upside, also the altcoins will performing a little bit better. We can also have a quick look on the crypto bubbles. As you can see here, crypto bubbles, especially on yesterday, we saw a massive red bubbles here over there. Kind of like some bubbles are now in profit. We have 𝗟𝗏𝗏 is in profit, Pump is in profit, or even also AVAX is here 4% in profit, but main of the coins are doing here in the negative way. And this is exactly the moment where you should enter here in some altcoin position. This is also what I'm doing here. Open many altcoins because I'm very concerned about it. Also, the altcoins will be rallying in the next couple of days also to the upside. This is exactly what you also have to take part of it. You find on my channel, especially from yesterday and from the day before the episode, we've talked a lot about altcoins, which altcoins you can position yourself, how you can spot the perfect entries. So definitely check out the videos out there. And otherwise, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like this video. And then I would say we see in the next stream tomorrow, when we have also our FOMC meeting set. So I will also make an update for tomorrow, what you can expect there, how you can position for the FOMC meeting. And I also want to try to stream the whole FOMC meeting. So I will also keep you updated. Otherwise, don't forget to subscribe to the channel that you don't miss out the next stream. And then we see in the next video tomorrow.